Today we're talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark? And this was on Snick.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society.
This one was near and dear to my heart because A, it kind of scared the shit out of me. I don't know what it is about creepy clowns.
One day's the best I'm gonna do.
This one is called The Tale of the Pinball Wizard. The shop owner, I don't even know what he sells. It just looks like knickknacks.
He sells knickknacks. Every once in a while, a paddywhack.
Dr. Fink?
Fink with a
Yes.
Did anybody ever like prank call you guys though? I had like a handful of girls call me up and be like, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and I'm like,
It's Harry Fact. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Cue music. Pick the right door and you go free. Pick the wrong door and there he'll be.
turn your drums down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Be Kind. Let's Rewind, the Nostalgia Podcast. No one asked for it. Today we're talking about Are You Afraid of the Dark? And submitted for the approval of the Be Kind, Let's Rewind Society. I saw this when it first came out, and this was on Snick. And I don't know if you guys all remember that shit, but it was Saturday Night Nickelodeon, and it was another reason to come back in from outside.
That sounds like an all-encompassing racial slur.
Yeah, just they're like, can we put the foot logo on there? And we're good. And Dan Snyder's like, you got it. Leaf Man, where do you first remember watching Are You Afraid of the Dark?
I was one of the OGs, as you said. It was one of the only reasons for us to actually come in, before it got too dark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Usually, typically, you were outside playing around. Your parents forced you, had to just drag you in from the outside. Like this was one of the time, you wanted to actually come in to watch this. This you felt at the time. I think those of us watching it felt it was a more adult oriented program.
Oh, dude,
it's kind of like, dude, this is
we thought so. I think too. I mean, they had I think they had some Nicktoons on there. I believe Ren and Stimpy was on there at one point, and all kinds of shit. But it was basically a playoff of. Remember TGIF probably 5 years prior to that when they launched that, and it was must see TV.
Yeah, this was a 7 p.m. show.
Snick,
7
or 8.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there.
I mean, it was nighttime. It was kind of a big deal.
What about you, Shadwick? Where do you first remember seeing Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, I watched it back then. I definitely remember the intro.
Yeah, dude, that song, that I don't know, that one. As soon as I heard the song again, it always gives me the fucking nostalgia vibes.
Yeah, dude, it was creepy, man.
Gibbs, I know this one is in your regular rotation every year in your household. So, were you snicking back in the day?
Yep, very first night of Snick. It was part of the countdown. I loved it, man. And I lived in Orlando at the time, so a lot of that.
That's right.
Nickelodeon Studios was in Orlando. We got to do a lot of that stuff. But I was just obsessed with the idea. We were kind of in this transition period where we were getting a little bit older, and some of the stuff we were starting to age out on. We liked the You Can't Do That on Television and Hey Dude, Salute Your Shorts, that sort of stuff. And so this was kind of oh, okay, I can still stick with it. I wasn't ready to leave Nickelodeon, so the older stuff Roundhouse, Ren and Stimpy was on there. I think a year or two later they came out with All Real Monsters and stuff.
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah.
Kind of the more adult theme stuff was on there, man. So
yeah.
Are you talking about the foot guy?
Why do we keep bringing
up the foot? It's their logo, for Christ's sake, back then.
He said real monster.
I do think that when some of this, which I'll get into some harassment that may have gone towards my younger brother's way by harassing him with some of these scarier things on these episodes, but that led my parents over to Except my mom was like, get out of the house, you fucking bum. So stop harassing your goddamn brother. Anyway, today I'm rocking the Hutton and Smith Rocktoberfest. My goal is to have an Oktoberfest every week here in October. So Still delicioso beer, man. So, Shadwick, what do you got?
I went home. Back to basics.
You went back to the something about Mary beer. I like it.
Delicious.
Not a light beer.
Just think about a
beer.
sweet Budweiser.
Leaf, dude, what are you rocking with?
Man, you know them kids. One of them had to have gotten into their dad's liquor cabinet, one of the Midnight Society. I don't know which one of them bastards.
Yeah.
It's had to be Eric, dude.
Yeah, it had to be
Got
Eric.
into a little bit of a Jim Beam tonight. I might mix with a little Coke. I haven't decided yet.
He's like, Smith approval. There's just like urine going down his pants.
That Eric kid like disappeared after the first season, and it was because they were like, listen, man, we need to put you in rehab. You cannot come back until you're dry, and he never came back.
Dude, Canada rehab has to suck.
Oh, yeah.
When Leaf was posting it up, I was like, he's going to hold up a bottle of mouthwash.
Dude, I thought he's going to hold up a Zima.
Yeah.
Like the Midnight Society cracking into some Zimas back in the day.
Did any of you guys, like, I know my parents didn't. They were like hardcore, like conservative Christians pretty much when I was a kid. Did y'all have a liquor cabinet? Any y'all's dad or mom?
My parents didn't drink.
No, nobody's did.
Mine didn't either.
Dude, I know me either, but we have made up for it, guys, and I'm proud. I'm proud of every unit. Proud of those units.
Yeah, I mean, you're supposed to surpass your parents, right?
Exactly, and that's what we've done.
Exactly
Gibbs,
right.
bring us home. What do you got, man?
I've got a spooky dragon fruit cannabis.
Scary, dude.
I like that it's branded that way. You know, it's a little spooky. So
And it's fucking delicious, and all you guys
Can we just go back for a second? Because I really like this idea of the society, like all meeting up and drinking. Like,
I'm here for the gangbang.
Gangbang.
There's parents getting upset. Their kids are daughters are pregnant. Shadwick, 12 years old, is like, I have no idea what happened.
Craziest thing I ever did sexually? They'd probably be having sex with old gangbang here without a rubber. It's fucking done, man.
Could have been anybody.
I was cleaning and it went off.
Yeah, Shadwick's like, I'm Catholic. What do you want me to do? My hands are tied. Okay. Before we get started, man, want to shout out a rewinder of the month. Screen name Eternity, man. Dude, thanks so much for supporting us so much. Hopefully you've gotten your swag. You're a happy camper, man.
Super
but he's
cool,
always
dude.
commenting on YouTube, Exchangeogram, and all that, dude. So we really appreciate you. And also, if you want to be a rewinder of the month, just hit us up on social. You get some free swag. Gets you a shout out for the entire month, and all it costs you is a little bit of your time and maybe a small percentage of your soul.
And
So just comment on our posts on whatever, and we'll get you.
And correct me if I'm wrong, our Patreon is pumping right now, dude.
Dude.
We stacking content or on there or what,
Dude,
man?
content is very big on Patreon right now. We've got the Wrestling Rewind. We got the Shadwick Realms already got 1, maybe 2 episodes up. Leaf, you've got a couple episodes up, I believe, man. So like and don't forget, all of our outtakes from every one of these episodes. You ever wonder what the fuck's going on before we start? We're going to start putting those on Patreon, maybe. We'll see how clean they are in the beginning before we start.
Some of them may not make it on Patreon.
Yeah, but anyway, so
Shadwick.
again, Patreon, best bang for your buck. I'm telling you, dude. So go sign up and you get all this free content. So all right, man, let's get over into the topic. Here's what we wanted to do today. And if you've been a listener of the podcast, we're covering seasons or shows. We're all just going to pick one episode. Everybody have their pick. We'll talk about that episode. So we had a lot of help from Gibbs on this one because Gibbs is our expert on anything he comes on, basically.
Guys, don't forget to let us know what your favorite episodes are down in the comments.
Yes, absolutely. Because
We
we may double back on this.
See, that's why I love you, Gibbs. You think about stuff like
You
this.
think about stuff like that, yeah.
No, I'm just genuinely interested because I love the show, and there's really not any episodes that I don't like. So I like hearing what other people like latch onto and remember.
Nice.
Really? I'm going to talk about 4 tonight that I don't like.
I don't like you right now.
Leaf, why don't you go ahead and kick us off with some boring ass facts?
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, for the uninitiated, Are You Afraid of the Dark is a horror anthology television series created by DJ McHale and Ned Candle. The original series aired on Nickelodeon in the United States of America from August 15th, 1992 to February 3rd, 1996. And I believe there was a couple of reboots.
There were reboots.
I
But
didn't know.
I want to stop you there because you did say Nickelodeon.
I did. Yes.
Which leads me over to shit stuck in my head this week.
No, sir, I don't think I have any use for rubber nipples. I'll tell you what, though. Do you have any rubber walrus protectors? Call the police.
We were children, Nickelodeon. You played that on fucking Saturday morning.
Why, dude? Why was he wearing all of that rubber?
I told my dad, when I rewatched that as an adult, I told my dad, I was like, hey, man, you should not have been letting me watch Ren and Stimpy when I was fucking 10 years old.
Yeah. Going back and watching Rocko's Modern Life, too. Like,
Dude,
I was
yeah.
like, what the hell? Like, he started his own sex line on children's television.
That walrus was shaped like a dickhead, too.
I know.
Call the police.
He's scared. Who knows what nefarious things are going on in that house that he begged them to call the police.
Kind of felt bad for the horse.
That's what we went down to. I guess that horse is from Tijuana. So
on Nickelodeon. I love it, man.
Really giving it to her.
Shout out Mr. Horse for making his return in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
To be honest, I felt bad for her. We all just felt bad for her.
Yeah.
Kind of felt bad for the horse.
Felt bad for the horse. All right, man, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, and speaking of
derailed.
like revivals and stuff like that, Alicia Cuthbert was one of the people in.
I know, dude. I saw that. Like the chick from
Girl Next
from Old
Door.
School that was in the in the Girl Next Door.
Now that was a party.
Yeah,
Jesus, she is fine.
Dude, so speaking of that, the show revolves around a group of kids, teens, young teens, that basically a diverse group of teenagers.
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, right? And they call themselves the Midnight Society. They'd gather around, and of course, each one of them, there would be like little sort of skits before where they would like sort of talk to each other, and you know,
set
there
up
was
the show. Yeah,
it was a really you see as and we'll talk about it as we go forward. Is a really useful like sort of storytelling device, and it brought oftentimes in the middle of the stories it would cut back to the kids, and they would all take turns telling the story.
It's kind of like I mean, they did this is a technique used obviously later with Chappelle, but this was a variety show where you could set up what you're about to watch and explain to everybody so they're in the same headspace as you where you start to watch. But I did find out this was actually pretty smart. Some Hollywood shit. It's filmed in Canada. And they filmed all of these like in like a week. So they would have they had a set in a studio with the fire, and then they would just film all the intros in 1 week, like quick and easy. Fucking pay the actors for a week and fuck off until maybe next year.
All in one shot too. No reshoots.
They do a really good job of like it having this like bookend of every episode. You get something characters that you can latch on to that return instead of just having a story told. You have somebody that you can relate to and be like, oh, he's my favorite. I love his stories, you know. And each one of them had, or not each one of them, but some of them had like recurring characters that would show up throughout.
And I think too, like it was a nice step out. It brought you, especially if the episode kind of got heavy at the end, it kind of brought you back out of that to where maybe they do a little joke at the end, and then
and they do it even in the middle of the episode. They just pull, like if it got really serious, they would suddenly like pull back to them, and one of them would tell a joke, and it's sort of kind of like, hey, you know, it's still a kid show, you know. It's like we just talked about it, you know, a dead clown. Like
they're like, this is all make believe, guys. The scary shit's what's going on behind the scenes at Nickelodeon.
Call the
They
police.
were mauled by a bear while they were filming an episode, and they're like, "Who let that bear on set?
Who let the bear in the studio
crazy.
in Canada?"
They thought it was one of the actors. They thought it was like one of the kids.
The bear got done mauling him. He's like, really sorry, eh?
The original cast, obviously, it had a bunch of kids. Gary was like sort of the nerdy de facto leader. Betty Ann. Kiki, she's sort of like the Tom girl lesbian. Like clearly, she was headed that direction.
Oddly enough, the guy that played Gary is the gay guy.
Yeah, I just picked up Tomboy Leaf. I think you took that one a step farther.
Sorry about that. Frank was supposed to be like the tough guy. He was just like the sports jock kind of guy. There was the stuck up blonde Kristen. Obviously, would have been but Chris's favorite.
Absolutely. I didn't out of the gate. I was like, oof. I had a crush on you.
I had a crush on
Frank,
Gary.
Am I remembering this right? Was Frank, was he a Spitfire? A real spark plug?
There was David, who was this neurotic, sensitive, shy guy. I don't know what his problem was. He'd been abused, clearly. Eric was a sarcastic asshole. He only lasted one season. I don't know what
alcoholic.
Allegedly, that's ignorant.
No, the kid that played him left Canada to go to Hollywood to pursue bigger things and disappeared into alcoholism. Allegedly,
he disappeared into his dad's liquor cabinet.
I hope he's not dead for real, because then I'd feel bad for making shit up about him.
Just get him out post. I'll just take it out.
I don't think he's dead. Last I heard, he was sucking off guys under the overpass
for mouthwash.
Giving ZJs.
If you have to ask, big man, you can't afford it.
You know, as they start the same thing, every episode starts off the same way when they get into it, which was, the whole
the magic powder, dude. Wink, wink.
So so I guess that was
Coffee Mate
powder, non-dairy creamer. It was, yeah. It was like so. Next time I build a fire, I'm gonna try it. Does anybody even have? I don't think we
actually
have
burned down
creamer.
my parents' last house trying to do that. They're like, "Why did you build the fire in the middle of the living room?" I was like, "It's cold outside."
You're like, "It's a set, okay? It's a closed set.
It's a closed set." It gives us like submitted.
They're like, "Why did you have to tie us all up while you were doing it?"
I was about to say, how were they asking you questions when you left them inside?
It's a closed set.
I don't
for
gag
Christ's
people.
sake.
I do not gag people.
Gives us like submitted for the approval of my ass.
Yeah,
I don't have the equipment to gag people, unfortunately.
So did you know that was a callback to the Twilight Zone? Because I didn't until I did the research.
I didn't. I mean, I should have put two and two together, but I didn't.
Yeah, so it's the submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society, and it's the what do they say in Twilight Zone, Gibbs?
Submitted for your approval.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so the director said and writer said that was kind of a little fucking nod to the Twilight Zone, which I was like, all right, man, I get it. So
which a lot of these episodes were, and some of them like did not end like very happily at all.
No, that's where I noticed. Like when I went back, I was like, no wonder I was in weird fucking headspaces. So that's gonna lead us over to
Chris's pick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, so my pick is going to be the, what is it? The Laughing in the Dark or whatever. That's the one with Zeebo the Clown.
Good old Zeebo the Clown.
Dude, Leaf, go ahead and kick us off for this one, because I do want to say, I'll get to it in this. I have it in my notes, but this one was near and dear to my heart because A, it kind of scared the shit out of me. I don't know what it is about creepy clowns. And B, I actually scared the shit out of my brother with pranking this. So, explains a lot why he is the way he is now. So, all right, man, go ahead.
This one is called the Tale of Laughing in the Dark, as Chris mentioned. This story is told by Betty Ann, the character Betty Ann. Immediately, of course, the other character, Kristen, tries to leave because she's evidently afflicted by bozophobia.
I was just getting started. This is a clown story. I hate clowns. They're creepy. They give me nightmares. Where's my thermos?
Dude, 12-year-old Chris was like, Kristen, I've got you.
I got you, girl. Let me hold you, dude. But eventually she gives, of course...
We can weep in each other's arms.
Yeah.
She eventually gives into the psychological peer pressure and stays. And
as we all did.
Yeah. And again, like this is one of those, like, I think a lot of times the kids are supposed to be like us, like the audience watching, right? So maybe somebody is sort of scared of clowns, right? Like this is sort of a shout out, I believe, in my opinion, to, maybe the audience and just say, hey, it's all right, just stick around. The story opens up in a shitty amusement park, like the dangerous makeshift kind you see in empty shopping like
pop-ups
malls, dude. Yeah,
I loved those when I was a kid.
Same here.
Around this age, I was like, that was my favorite thing in the world.
Dude, they were so cool. The
ones that always had like bolts and rivets left in the parking lot when they left.
Yeah,
those are extra pieces just in case. It's what when you build something at home, when you order it, and then you got all these leftover parts, and you're like, it's cool. They sent me extra parts. It's like, no, you did something wrong. You'll find out in 6 months.
I have
the rides
leftover.
Oh, dude, they're swaying back and forth. They're not properly anchored. Like,
right.
Kids' bodies being flung over fencing and getting impaled, and everybody's like, it happened again.
You get onto the operator, like, are you sure this is safe? And it's like, it's fine.
They all smell like cabbage.
Carnies. What? Circus folk. Nomads, smell like cabbage. small hands.
Oh, God, dude.
Small hands.
Yeah.
Yes. Speaking of that, the story centers around three teens. Josh, Ouija, and Kathy are the three teens' names. They happen, of course, like in all of these weird carnivals. There's a fun house. This one is unfortunately clown themed, and it is called. Its name is Laughing in the Dark. And of course,
I want to say
Josh, by the way, played by Ian Zierick from 90210.
Exactly. Yeah, that kid was in a bunch of shit too, but I don't know what he ever did after this. I want to say, like, now that we've been doing this podcast for so long, and we go like behind the scenes and shit. Now I see all these giant like sets, and I'm like, it's just. They use that for like a day.
Yeah.
It's just done. It's like all this fucking work to make this fun house look cool or whatever. Then you're like, all right, we're done. Tear it down. Although this one may have been a real fun house. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what my assumption would be, because they don't have fun stuff in Canada.
They had to film this somewhere besides Canada.
Exactly.
Like, and
Really
the whole
sorry.
time, the entire time, they're like, you hear this like annoying clown, like canned clown laughter, dude, and it's just.
Depending on what your speaker setting is, like, it's supposed to be background. So back in the day, it wasn't that big of a deal on my last rewatches, because I saw some of these videos are on YouTube, and so someone had sweetened up, quote unquote, the sound, and that laugh was fucking front and center.
Excuse me, lad. Don't believe in old Zeebo, eh?
And I was like, okay, getting a little long.
They constantly, dude.
You're gonna die, clown!
The three kids are basically like arguing, like daring each other to like go in, but clearly they're all too scared. The redheaded kid Josh is like the biggest asshole though.
He like really is. Like,
That's funny. Smells a little foul to me.
Everyone knew that kid.
And they bump into this creepy carnival barker who basically tells them the legend of Zeebo the Clown.
Pick the right door and you go free. Pick the wrong door, and there he'll be.
And that's basically this sort of sets the hook for this one.
Did you notice, like, and I think this guy actually went on to do some other shit in Hollywood, but like every actor that's in these episodes that I've watched, like, they all feel like stage actors, like, like not necessarily Broadway, but they're like B-tier play actors and stuff, like real over the top
community theater guys.
There you go. That's what I was looking for.
This guy's Aaron Tager, and he plays a recurring character in a lot of the episodes of Are You Afraid of the Dark as other people.
Yes, I noticed that too. And he also was in, I looked it up, and he was in X-Men 2000. I think he was I forgot who he was. Yeah, look it up. I couldn't find an actual picture of him in costume, but he's credited in IMDb for X-Men 2000.
The kids walk up and he's like, "Good morrow,
rub-a-dub."
It's literally
let us gingerly touch our tips.
Dude, like there's a creepy like older character, I think, in all of these.
Yes, that's what I mean. Like, and they're all like community theater vibes, like real.
Yeah,
both big, like you didn't even have to mic them up. Their voice is just going to carry.
Yeah,
so.
yeah, and so the kids are sort of like laughing to themselves about this guy, and they turn around and he's just like gone. He like disappears. Already, it's already creepy. They believe it or not, they don't go in the haunted house immediately. They go like back home. They start doing research, assumingly on the internet.
I know. I always go deep into research on the carnival I just visited.
Yeah, I like that they had to go back to get fucking old newspaper clippings from the library, the old school research that you used to have to do back in the day.
Right? Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen anything at a carnival that you're like, I've got to get out the microfiche and start fucking figuring this shit out?
Yeah.
Yeah, and as they're like going through, like going over the legend of Zeebo the Clown or whatever, Josh, like, he does the trying to scare the little sister, and he's like,
I bet he likes to trap small children inside. And tickle them! Tickle, tickle, tickle.
and I'm like, quit stealing my moves.
Yeah. Quit stealing my moves.
I hate getting tickled because I queef every fucking time.
I'll say, dude, that this this kid's room is the ultimate fucking kid room for Chris when he was a kid.
Chris is
you
like,
got
please.
You got a fucking Murphy bed. You've got a hockey goal in there. So the Murphy bed lifts up so you have so much more room for activities. And
every time you lift the Murphy bed, it goes,
Murphy, it's you.
That's why they call it a Murphy bed. And
every time you pull it down, it goes na 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 na.
It's just a function of Murphy beds. It's just been there forever. Man, they had even the windows were up, so when my slap shot goes awry, I'm not going to break a window. And you kind of feel a little bit like you're in prison because there's not a lot of sunlight coming in, which is, I mean, dude, everything about this room, sign me up.
Kids playing hockey in the middle of in the floor, dude.
That's how you know it's in Canada.
Yeah, that is really how you know it's in Canada, man. So, but dude, yeah, sign me up for that shit. But also, they find out that Zeebo the Clown, like we said, is real, and he apparently stole some money from a carnival. Try to make a quick getaway into this fun house, and his cigar burned the place down with him inside of it. So they were like, this isn't the original fun house. They had to rebuild it, which I maybe have a little bit of, maybe that's not true, because I'll be goddamned if later on in this episode there's not a fucking fire-breathing dragon that popped out with real fucking fire around a whole bunch of wood. so maybe we are, when are we going to stop demonizing addiction in this country? Zeebo likes to smoke cigars, okay? Like, let the man smoke.
He did. It cost him his life, but he was.
It's not the worst thing that's been done with a cigar.
Yeah. And honestly, like that Eric kid who's an alcoholic, like I'm more worried about his shit.
Like he's
allegedly
he's over there fiending in the middle of the story.
Dude,
for
I'm just saying, like maybe the fucking little dragon that breathes real fire in a wood fucking fun house was not a great idea.
The original script for this,
told you it was
like Zeebo's backstory or whatever, was that he stole people's souls. And then when they cast this kid for Josh, he's like, well, fucking that's out the window.
One
because
side
of the red hair. Yeah, because of the red hair. I like it, man.
One side red.
So,
yeah, dude. So, like, yeah, they figured the Ouija and the other girl are getting, like, they're pretty scared, like, doing the research for Zeebo the Clown. But Josh, the redheaded kid, is just like, relentlessly
pressing on. Yeah,
teasing them. So they all make a bet.
Why should I?
Because I think you're just as chicken as we are. You just don't want to admit it.
If Josh can go into the laughing in the dark funhouse by himself, make it to the end.
Not only am I going to go through this whole place alone, but when I find the dummy clown, I'm going to steal his nose. And you're going to wear it to school for a week.
Like, that's the bet that they make. And the whole time you can tell he's scared too. Like, he's trying to put on a brave face.
Get a grip, Josh.
But he goes through the fire-breathing dragon makeshift fun house.
In the fucking wood fun house. Just
dude,
kindling everywhere in there.
As soon as he goes in, the creepy carnival barker is already like,
it's the most fun in the park when you're laughing in the dark.
And then he just like
cha-cha-cha.
Yeah, dude, he disappears. And so Josh, despite his terror, goes through and he makes it to the end to the dummy Zeebo the Clown, which is this creepy looking dummy. And he does it. He steals the nose. Yep.
So I got a question, Chris. Was this creepier to you because it was always the animatronic clown, or would it have been creepier if like it came to life, basically?
One of the creepiest parts in this one is when he looks in the mirror and it's a real dude as the clown. That fucking freaked me out as a kid. Yeah. Like, I don't like where it's a real, I don't know what it is.
I think I missed that.
Yeah, so when he's in the fun house, he's looking, and he sees his reflection, he's making fun of it, and then he goes to one of the reflections and it's actually Zeebo, but it's like that's like a fat clown in there, right? And he's smoking a cigar. And so, like, it's no longer a playful clown. And I think as a kid, that's where I was like, oh, that's weird. I don't like that. Nope.
Yeah, it was.
Mom!
It was the meatloaf.
She's like, "Are you watching Nickelodeon again?"
She's like, "Go to bed," and I'm like, "It's 3 p.m." She's like, "Go to bed."
And she's like, and she's smoking a cigar, and you're like, "Huh?"
Oh yeah, no, I was like, "Ah."
But he does manage to make it through despite being terrified and having some creepy moments in the funhouse. He gets the nose, and after that, some weird shit starts happening. Like he starts.
I mean, once he gets the nose, even leaving the fucking funhouse, he's like,
Cigars?
Starts smelling cigar smoke. Which how the hell does he know what cigars smell like? Obviously, because his dad was a drinker and a fiend.
I think that's the only explanation, man.
That's pretty much the only reason he would know as a kid.
This is the part that tripped me out as a kid, right? Like more than anything. Like I said, the animatronic, I was just like, whatever. Because I think there was a fun house at Lake Winnie that you could go in, and there's fun houses for the pop-up ones. Oh, and so I always thought of this episode when I went in there. But when he's he gets the nose, he's gonna try to make like Luigi or Ouija fucking wear it, and he freaks out. And so like he throws the nose. When he goes and gets the nose, you see the cigar smoke from around the corner. It's that shit where you don't see it, and it's like, just plays with your mind. And this is some things that I did have a problem with. So when he gets home, obviously his parents, because of the way he acts, don't give a flying fuck about him. So they're off. They're going to go see
he's a latchkey kid by himself, and he's like 13.
He's like, well, I'm going to have to go fucking fix dinner for myself again. But
I'll bet you forgot Dad and I have theater tickets tonight. She's right. Plate of spaghetti in the freezer and chocolate pudding in the fridge. Don't stay up too late playing video games.
Who puts spaghetti in the fucking freezer? Does anyone in here knowing that you're going to eat it that night?
In Canada, everything's the freezer. It's so cold up there.
That's true. But then they had the fucking chocolate pot pie or whatever the fuck it was in the fridge.
It was
I'm like,
pudding. Chocolate pudding.
Put the fucking spaghetti in the fridge.
Tastes better if you freeze it and then thaw it out again.
Spaghetti sickle?
Everything's better if you have to put it in the microwave for 12 minutes.
These are clearly negligent parents. Why are we like shocked that they froze it dinner? They're like, here, eat this frozen shit, dickhead.
Somebody's in there. You better show yourself, or you're gonna get beamed.
So the supernatural haunting begins immediately while he's alone. They're like the spaghetti that he microwaves turns into burnt cigars.
Also 12 minutes like in the fucking microwave. When he picked up that like ceramic plate, I was like, no, like you're gonna burn the shit out of your hands, son.
Off, dude. And he gets scared and drops the pudding, and there's a big clown shoe print with a Z on it.
And he gets the fucking phone call.
One day's the best I'm gonna do.
Give it back. Give it back.
Which this is what I did to my brother. He gets the phone call and he thinks it's his friend calling back, and it's Zeebo doing this fucking creepy clown voice. So after I saw this, my brother was also freaked out by this, and he was much younger than me. So I think I went down to Leaf's house when I was supposed to be babysitting my brother, and then I called my house and did the Zeebo the Clown voice, and I came back home, and he's like running around the house freaking the fuck out and crying and stuff, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was a gas. Turns out.
That's been mentioned to his therapist multiple times, without a shadow of a doubt, dude. Yeah. Also, is this where they got the idea for Scream, Gibbs?
Yeah, this is it. This is it. Yeah, Kevin Williamson was watching this. And he's like, "How can I rip this off?"
He's like, "Done." But
I knew it,
dude. So anyway, so he's creeped out. Like he even goes in his room and like the fucking balloon inflates. So I thought this was a nice little touch. Like was it say "give it back" or whatever, and then like
"give it back." And Chris is right. You never see Zeebo the Clown. Only for I guess potentially you do see him in the mirror that one time in the funhouse, but you never.
But you never see him as like a like somebody, and that's what makes this episode so. I don't know like how people feel about it now, but back then I was with Chris. This scared the absolute shit out of me, and it's the fact that you don't see him and your imagination terrified you a lot more.
It's the Jaws thing that they were forced into, where your mind is doing all the work, or like Psycho, with the stabbing scene in the shower. It's like your brain is doing all the fucking work.
Yeah,
and we're pretty sick in the head.
And the guy that the carnival barker was the guy that
when I'm stabbing in the shower.
The carnival barker was the guy that played the voice too. So he his voice acting really nailed that.
Yeah, for sure, dude. On that phone call, so he grabs the nose. He's off, to the races. We'll just wrap this one up because he goes back. He's going to return Zeebo's nose, so he gets in there. I guess this place is always fucking open, so I don't know what time of night this is. You just wander around an amusement park like
it's always on. It's haunted, dude.
Anyway, so he goes in. He of course brings a sacrifice, an apology, apology of a box of cigars that he got God knows how.
There, it's all yours. And just to show there's no hard feelings, cigars. All for you.
I assume he stole it from his neglectful father.
It was full too.
Yeah.
See, cigars.
If there was a scene originally that where the kid takes off his shirt, he's like changing his shirt, and you see cigar burns all over his body.
And he's like, "That's what you get when you spill paint in the garage."
Well, shut up, bitch. Go fix me a turkey pot pie.
And dude, so
did I stutter?
Yeah. He returns the nose. He gives the sacrifice, the apology cigars or whatever, and then he bounces, and then this assumedly ends, and then kind of goes back because I think the whole thing is like the Kristen is being, she's scared of clowns or whatever because Chris wasn't there to comfort her as a 12-year-old child, which she wouldn't have talked to me at all, but I would have tried my best. I'm like, you want to hear my Ren and Stimpy impression? Call the police.
But the kids do kind of the Midnight Society, back to them, they do kind of like talk it over, kind of guessing like who they thought Zeebo the Clown was, and just sort of like bringing you back down again from the height of the scariness if you were a kid.
Again, that's where they did well for a children's show on this. Like, is it went up to that edge. This is where, and I really never got into Goosebumps very much. Like, but I think I was just. It came out right when I was just a little too old for it. But like, that's what I always liked about this one. This one put me in a weird, I don't know what it is too about the creepy background music. I don't know, the sound effects, the dark, ominous tones they use in this were really good and really put me in a weird fucking headspace. So,
but the dogs were happy.
And then the ending theme song too was always great because it was just like this, like almost like hyped up version of the theme song. So it's kind of like hyped you up at the end.
So let's move on to the next one.
Leaf's pick.
I'm doing that song for my karaoke next karaoke performance.
The return to innocence. All right, Leaf, go ahead and fucking walk us through this one, brother.
This one is called The Tale of the Pinball Wizard.
It's your video game, guys, so here we go.
Dude,
it's a metaphor for a piece of shit. This is by far the worst shit I've watched in a long time.
What? This one is I agree with Shavik. This is terrible, but I loved it. Like, I absolutely loved it.
Because like we were talking off air, right, Leaf? So this like came out right around like when you like got paralyzed, right?
Yeah.
So you were watching this like when you were in like rehab,
dude.
Yeah, dude. Like so this probably.
And not the same rehab that Eric went to, but like a different rehabilitation center. Yeah, and like I was addicted to this, man. I couldn't wait to watch the show. It was so good, I thought.
Yeah, man.
And like Gibb said, every episode like has something that, I mean, maybe not all of them are the scariest, but there's some creepy elements like in all of them.
Honestly, I feel like the lighting and the way that the mall is so still at night and shit, it's so eerie to me. Even when I watch it today, I'm like, oh god.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, my big takeaway from this is like, anytime, like, and sometimes we'd be out late, and even when I was like 15 and 16 and we'd be out late and the mall's closing down, like I still was a little bit kind of low-key terrified to get locked in the mall because I'm like, this is creepy as fuck with this massive building when it's just still and quiet. I don't know what it is. Like,
some of the stores are shutting down, and so like the gates are pulled down. It just looks different, man. Especially that freaking Natural Wonders store where the shamans hang out, dude. F that place, dude.
I got locked in Hamilton Place one time.
Did you really? Yeah. Oh god.
Yeah, I wasn't. I mean, I think we we had parked like outside of one of the department stores, and
yeah.
So like as everything was closing, like I went back to the department store, and they already had like the gate pulled down, so I couldn't go in there. So I tried to like go to the next place, and it was also closed. So basically, I ended up finding like a security guard, and they walked me like down this little tunnel, basically.
We never saw Shadwick again.
Yeah, that's where old Shadwick died.
Yeah, you're the new Paul McCartney.
Turns out I was dead the whole time.
Yeah.
The kids of the Midnight Society are fighting over a Game Boy Classic, as if they could even see the screen without the tin attachments.
Can you imagine having a Game Boy Classic now with our eyes? Our 40-something-year-old eyes were like,
it pissed me off. It pissed me off so bad because they pretend.
Oh, nice.
Oh shit! There it is, dude. Yes, they pretend to reset the damn thing, and I was like, "There's no reset button on the front of the fucking
Yeah, dude. He was
game?
like, "You reset the game," and I'm like, "Well, you've already lost credibility. I turned it off."
Yeah, I had to watch this like after 2 or 3 more shots. Basically, the story starts off like Gibbs mentioned. We all mentioned it's in this creepy mall, and obviously it's during the daytime, so there's customers and whatnot. This teen mall rat named Ross pretty much just immediately is a dickhead. He gets in a fight with a homeless woman.
Give it to me. It's mine. No way. Yeah. Look, I saw it first. Yeah.
Hey! What's going on down there?
He manages to avoid the mall cop LaFours.
They don't know LaFours is
after stealing, change.
You know who LaFours is?
He doesn't know who LaFours is.
He's just clearly a troublemaker, but he eventually ends up in this weird little creepy shop, and with this creepy shop owner. I don't even know what he sells. It just looks like knickknacks and weird stuff.
Yeah, he sells knickknacks. Every once in a while, a paddywhack.
Yeah, I think he also does repair. I mean, obviously they talk about him doing repairs, but I think that it's more of like a.
Why was that so funny? Because
he sells. I think he just he fixes stuff too. So he's like, it's a shop that does not exist in any mall we've ever been to.
No,
but that's part of the eeriness.
In real life, it would have been run by an old Chinese guy with one eye, like a Gremlins or some shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Mogwai not for sale.
But he basically begs the shop owner for a job, and you can tell this is not the only time he's asked, and the guy's not having it because he knows the kid's a slackless layabout.
Yeah.
But he does agree to let the kid watch the shop while he goes to lunch.
Sit down. Don't move. Don't touch the cash register, and don't touch any of the merchandise, especially that new game in the back.
Presumably at Sbarro.
But before he does that, he does say, because the kid sees the fucking pinball game, and he pulls it back, and he's like, "No, this is still missing a piece."
Yes,
which is a very important part of the story. That
yes,
you pick
I didn't
up later.
mention. Yeah,
so he's like, "Oh, and you can't play that because whatever." So of course. What does the fucking kid do as soon as he leaves after he talks about how this guy can trust him? Ross is a piece of shit. He sucks.
Yeah, man. He pleads his case. No, you can trust me. No, I'm not.
As soon as dude's
I'm not that other cunt that you had to get rid of.
Yeah, as soon as he's 4 steps to the Sbarro, he's fucking already shoved quarters in this pinball machine.
Playing it after he was specifically told not to touch it, and he's just going all in on this thing.
The fucking shop owner's still outside the glass door.
He's looking in. He's like,
"Yeah, just disappointed."
I was gonna get you a slice, but now no.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna. Get a nice New York slice,
dude, man. And so suddenly you hear a customer come in, and Ross actually does his job. I can't believe he just didn't ignore it.
Okay, I love the fact that he's not even hired yet. This is a tryout, and he's already frustrated with the customer.
Hold on, I'm coming.
He's like, shit.
He's so
all day long, guys. All day long.
He's like, this has just been the busiest day. First customer.
And it's a girl, it's a cute blonde girl named Sophie. and she introduces
No
herself.
wonder I was into blondes. Jesus
Dude,
Christ,
you never had a chance.
Yeah, for real.
Never had a chance, dude. And so she introduces herself and asks, I believe, for it was like her grandmother's music box.
I left my music box here. It's supposed to be ready today.
The shop
Is that
was supposed
code? Are you a cop?
you fucking cop.
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
You have to tell me if you're a cop.
And so he doesn't know where it is, and he finally admits to her that he's just a game playing virgin. Completely strikes out with her. Somehow she still likes him though. I identify with that. Like I felt bad at that one. I was like,
there was a deleted scene where he was trying to hit on her, and he was like, "So I know what menstruation is."
That's important.
It didn't work. It didn't work on her, believe it or not. And so he immediately she leaves, and he goes back to playing his pinball game. Presumably for the rest of the evening, because
and then
by the time the montage ends of him playing this creepy pinball game, like the mall is closed, like no one is there.
Now he's
All the
Shadwick,
stores.
and he can't find the security guard.
Yeah, there is no security guard. He's looking around, and so very quickly you start to realize like he is in some sort of role-playing video game. But I think the mall is the stage.
I think that's what I did enjoy about this episode, all the whatever's aside. And again, we're looking at this with 2025 eyes. Like, I did enjoy like when you have that realization.
Do you have to wear glasses for that?
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, like this is a real life video game now. So now you got like, now you have all the video game tropes that are going to play out throughout the episode and things like that. So you're like, okay. Yeah. This, when I, as a kid, I was like, okay, that makes sense. And then I was like, why are the lights out at night? Like, that's scary. Like, they should have the lights on at night in the mall. Like, if I get stuck in the mall, I want the lights on, guys.
Yeah. It is kind of creepy. And like the first minions he runs across are these like Max Headroom, like silver skinned dudes. And like,
get over here.
like that. I remember that, like being creeped out by those
creepy.
guys.
Yeah, dude.
It was creepy. And he realized.
I wanted this to be like a giant pinball coming at him like
Indiana
Temple,
Jones?
like Temple of Doom.
Are you gonna get 30 minutes out of that?
Like Legends of the
had
Hidden Temple.
$7
better than this
in their
shit.
budget. This shit's awesome. You shut your goddamn mouth.
guys. So
guys.
Yeah. So of course, like he has to go through all the video game tropes, and but you see really quickly that some of the characters that you met earlier in the episode are like in this. Like Sophie is now like the princess, and she's sort of like in the damsel, and she's shouting to him, sort of giving him the rules.
Ross, the tiara! Get the tiara from the vault! Save the key!
Of the game, and so it's up to Ross to have to like find her tiara.
No, she's not. All she says is, "Get my tiara." It's fucking all about her. This is a cautionary tale. A cautionary tale. As shit as this episode was, it's a cautionary tale.
I'm coming out the
if you're a fucking nerdy slacker that just plays video games and you can't even be trusted for 5 goddamn minutes to watch the shop, and some hot blonde comes in and shows you the least bit of attention.
She did.
One, she's packing some serious baggage that she's about to unpack on you. She's got fucking guys after her.
Yeah.
Her ex-boyfriend's with a cartel.
Something's going on.
And she was not even going to tell you the fucking rules.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going on.
No.
Every time he's like, I'm not doing anything else until you tell me. And she's like, get my tiara.
Yeah.
At least she didn't say I am error, you know?
Come on, Chadwick. Tell me you were banging.
Oh,
the cops
15. She told me she was 36.
Dude, see, I knew I had to make mall references so that because I knew Shadwick would hate this one, just to like quell his rage. So Ross basically goes through the little all the levels in the mall, like battling the minions,
which is crazy because Shadwick's in this episode. I'm pretty sure I saw a goosed up Shadwick in this episode walking around with an executioner head
looking
on.
dude.
Well, they're just going
Roy.
BOOM!
Yeah, so he battles these minions, these like hooded executioners and witches and shit, like to finally get the tiara and crown. They defeat the evil. He eventually defeats like the evil king or whatever with
super soakers,
an off-brand super soaker, because they evidently have a problem with water for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, and they also didn't want to pay any branding, so they just painted it a different color, so they didn't have to pay super soaker shit.
I do understand.
And it didn't have any bread.
I do understand a little bit because water is a video gamer's worst enemy. So that one made sense to me.
See our Mario Brothers episode.
Or the reset button. See the X-Men episode in the future.
Yeah. So
the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles episode.
You do get at the end, like we'll just kind of zip through it. He's at the end, he's got the super soaker. The main bad guy knocks it out and he hits him with that John McClane.
And when it's real, you can make up your own rules.
Hidden pistol at the end, where I was like, yeah, somebody watch Die Hard. And then so he hits him with the hidden pistol, and then that's fucking it. And then you're like, oh, cool, he rescued the princess.
Yeah, he crowns her, man, and then the game sort of spins. But this to me was like, I think the most unsettling part of the episode.
Yeah.
He starts back at the very beginning where he originally started in the mall, and he's like, what happened? I defeated the game. Like, why am I here? And he looks up on the skyline. You see the creepy store owner like looking down.
You told me I could trust you, Ross. But you had to play the game, didn't you?
You realize like he's in like the pinball machine game, and evidently his punishment for disobeying the store owner is eternal damnation in the cursed.
I think that it's not even like it's his. I guess it's his punishment, but I think he was the missing piece the owner was talking about for the game.
He knew he needed a slackless little.
I also kept expecting to find the previous employee that he said that he fired. I kept waiting to see his skeleton or something.
Could have been the fucking girl
that dangling.
Who knows? Because I think like if you really go back and look at this, you assume as soon as he started playing that pinball game that he's in the game.
Yeah.
So when he came out and met that girl, this is all still part of the game. Like as soon as he started playing the pinball game, he's in
the girl was the super soaker.
Yeah. All right, so that's basically it.
Now that episode, like years later, the movie came out before this, but years later, I would watch a movie called Chopping Mall from the 1980s, and it had a very similar premise, only it was a lot more R-rated. But it was about like a mall that had these killer robots that they're supposed to be security so that they could get rid of their security force, but they end up turning on people and killing them and stuff like that. It's pretty fucked up. It's fun. It's just a fun movie.
Anything in a mall,
Chadwick would hate it because it's fun.
He's a fucking fun police over there. Jesus Christ, man. So let's get over to our next episode.
Gibby's pick.
All right, now get out there and make me some goddamn money.
Shout out Sean for his Gibbs impression. This one is the tale of Midnight Madness, which I'd forgot about this, so I'm glad you picked this one, Gibbs.
Yeah, this is like an all-timer for me. Like whenever I think about Are You Afraid of the Dark, it's this.
This is fantastic.
And the Zeebo the Clown one, Pinball Wizard, and not an episode, but a character named Sardo.
Like I like in these two, like it's also super economic, right? There's not a lot of like moving parts in this. Most of these episodes, there's like 3, 4, 5 people period in it. There, and there's no background, there's no extras. It's just straight to it. Let's get it, quick and dirty, giggity. And
yeah, you're right.
Anyway,
there's not a lot of set pieces, and so this one, of course, again is the tale of the Midnight Madness. All of the Midnight Society kids are excited for the story to be told and over so they can go and catch the Goro-Rama movie marathon, dude. Like, because they can't get enough of horror, evidently. So
that's me, buddy.
Dude, they're wanting to, whoever's turn it is, they're like wanting them to get it over with so they can go to the theater. And but which is a waste of time because Chris and I are going to make damn sure they don't get in. because they're under 18.
They're under 18. We're gonna fucking ID them.
Not a chance you're getting in, little bastards.
We fucking know what you're doing.
Guys are like, don't you know scary movies are an aphrodisiac?
Ketchup.
And so the story obviously takes place at a dilapidated old-timey movie theater with
this is my fucking dream, by the way.
Two teens.
The Majestic.
To own a fucking like one plex, and then you can just play whatever the fuck you want to play. You have minimal staffing. Like,
dude,
I would love that shit, man.
Yeah,
amazing.
Pete and Katie are the two kids, and they also have, for some reason, even though this is clearly in Canada, like a sleazy boss with like a New York accent.
Hey,
dude.
Canada's pretty close to New York, you know, so they know.
Make jokes. You're gonna laugh when they shut this place down?
No, they'll never close the Rialto. It's a landmark.
Tell that to the owners. They don't like losing money. Is everything busted around here?
Toronto, especially, like that gets used as a substitute a lot for New York City.
Really?
In
movies.
Jason Takes Manhattan, Friday the 13th 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. You kind of see New York a little bit, and then most of the movie is either on a boat or in Toronto.
Yeah. This guy is definitely forget about it times 10.
He's so funny, dude, man. But sadly, we quickly find out the theater is in financial trouble. Chris's one plex is just not pulling in the dough, man. The owners are thinking about selling it, and this causes Pete to be extremely sad, because you could tell that this particular teen is in love with this theater. He considers it a landmark. He tries to get it landmark status to save it. Dude, he goes on a crusade.
He's posting flyers. He's handing out flyers. He's saying to these people, "Here, you throw this away."
He's in love. Yeah, he's in love with the theater, but he's also in love with that snow bunny bitch coworker of his.
Dude, I'm sorry. I was in love with her too. I was in love with anything on TV.
I did not find her attractive. He could do better. Yeah, I think he could do better. I think that he could do better with Mr. Vink.
She looks so familiar though, but like she wasn't in anything else. I looked her up. Like,
with a face like that, you're never going to get work again. Not in this town.
Pete's crusade is not going well. I had to laugh, man. Pete tries to hand a flyer. It was this montage of him like handing out flyer. He tries to hand one to a dude in a wheelchair who's pushing his chair. What hand is he going to use to hold your sticking flyer with, asshole?
Canada was all about representation in this fucking series. You know what I'm saying? Diversity before it was cool.
Before people started screeching.
I would think that you'd be really excited about that. It's like you're like, hey, that's one of my friends. Those are my people.
Yeah.
No, I was not excited about it. It makes me angry.
Well, I was mistaken. I am sorry.
Remember when you told that homeless guy you didn't have any hands?
Dude, I did tell him that. I did tell a homeless man I didn't have any hands, and he didn't listen.
He didn't listen. He just wanted some money for drugs.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. And so Pete's campaign is obviously failing, and they find out that the movie theater is very shortly about to be sold. That is until one evening when a creepy, eccentric old man named Dr. Vink.
Dr. Fink?
Vink with a v.
Dr. Vink with a v. Now, Dr. Vink is a guy that shows up in a lot of episodes. He played Zeebo the Clown. He played the Carnival Barker, but he was in the very first episode.
Was he Dr. Vink in the first episode?
Yes, he was Dr. Vink. He does something different every single time. Like he'll be a sorcerer or wizard or something like that.
And he's one of the main ones that is like real fucking. Now he's up to a different level, but real fucking community theater, like over the top, like real exaggerated with his features. Like you can tell this dude was on stage a lot.
He looks like that. You're a wizard, Harry.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I thought it was the same. I was like, is that fucking guy?
Basically the same thing. But yeah, he's one of two like recurring characters that I love. The other one I mentioned him before is Sardo, but people would always say, "Hey, Mr. Sardo," and he would say, "No, Mr. Accent on the dough. It's Sardo." You know, I like these characters. They kind of tie things together. It tells you that you're in the same world, you know. And a lot of times they would have the same storyteller. But yeah, Dr. Vink coming in to save the day.
Dude, he does. He says he basically offers the sleazy New York manager he offers him a bargain. He tells him,
"Show my film in your theater, and people will flock to to see it. Your fortunes will turn, and you'll make far more than $6 a night.
They'll show his vampire silent movie, which turns out just to be like a plagiarized version of Nosferatu. But that the theater will once again be successful, and all he asks in return is that he's allowed to show his other movies one night a week. And so, long story short, they play the film, and as promised, the theater is a roaring success again. But when Dr. Vink returns to collect on the bargain, the sleazy manager's like, "Hey, forget about it. Get him out of here."
He's like, "Ma, you got any spaghetti left, Ma?"
It's some balsa.
He's like, "Hey, bring some girls by. Let them watch. Let them watch."
Hickory dickory dock.
That's like the second Andrew Dice Clay reference.
It's like
Mario.
We literally will never be in Detroit for a live show, and now in the Northeast.
You couldn't drag me to Detroit alive.
You wouldn't leave alive, that's for sure.
Look, Doc, I can't show old movies here during the week. Saturday night, midnight, maybe. But I'm getting A-list films in here now.
So unfortunately for them, nobody fucks with Dr. Vink, dude.
Yep.
And we find out that the film is indeed cursed, and Nosferatu comes out of the film and claims its first victim as the sleazy
dude.
Manager.
Not to mention he fucking claims his first victim, but he also does a little bit of cock blockery on this.
So he's like going up to him and he's like, "Hey, I'm walking here."
Marinara sauce all over
come on,
let's just keep doing this.
Yeah. But like Pete and Katie, they're about to fucking hook up. He's about to lean in, about to
go into the bone zone.
Yeah.
For those of you guys don't know, this is the first interracial couple ever shown on television.
To us in the 90s as kids.
Yeah, I was like, Mom. Mom. You remember that sin you were telling me about?
You know what's fucked up? This is what's fucked up is I see it now because like especially with all the corporate diversity shoved down my throat. As a kid, I didn't think shit about it. So the reverse has happened with everybody being like diversity. I'm like, I didn't notice it before.
We didn't notice it before. Now that you point everything out all the fucking time,
I can't unsee it, dude. My brain is broken now. Thank you for that.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know.
Oh, man. Gross.
I'll get an ambulance.
Oh, forget about it.
Yes.
You bit my neck. What are we doing here?
We're back to doing impressions, more impressions for the Italian mob boss running the theater. But
I like chimichangas.
Yeah.
So Nosferatu is on the loose, murdering indiscriminately, and he's after Pete and his potential interracial relationship girlfriend, Katie. And,
look, we didn't notice it as kids. Now we noticed it. I'm just saying.
And so they're
you didn't.
Mom?
You didn't. And so when they try to escape, but they're just like locked in the theater. Like there's no escape. From this is Pete finally gets an idea. She plays the movie, and Pete runs into the movie, right? Like the black and white silent movie. And Nosferatu sees that, follows him into the movie, and he is defeated by Pete when he's exposed to direct sunlight.
I saw this film, and I know how it ends. And I'm doing it right.
And he gets out, happy ending. Doctor forget about it. Tony
he comes back to life somehow.
He comes back to life, and he's like, "Hey, I was thinking about it. I was talking to my boss Tony, and he said that maybe we should just go ahead and let it got it lodged in my." I just slipped into Chris Farley.
He slipped into Chris Farley.
Lodged in my colon. Quit playing with your dingy. And so, anyway, that's how this ends. So now Dr. Vink with a V. So he can play his movie, or he can't play it because he bought the theater. So
Hickory dickory Dr. Vink.
Exact. So
and he promises he has way better movies than that one, and obviously he's a creep. So
oddly enough, this episode came out the same year, probably around the same time as Last Action Hero. which had
that makes
very
sense.
similar premise.
Yeah. So what was it? What was it about this one, Gibbs? That like.
I loved the
movie theater
idea
setting.
of it. The movie theater setting, like the movie theater has always been a holy place for me, and it always will be. I think everybody needs to make sure you go visit your local cinemas.
Right.
I like those old big ass theaters. Like that would be my dream if I could just if I had a shit ton of money, I would just open up a giant theater like that, and play old movies. Every once in a while I'd fucking throw a bone to people and put that shitty fucking Marvel Transformer crap out there, but I put in good movies mostly.
Dude, I've gotten pretty good at editing, so I could actually probably make a Marvel Transformer movie that we just edit together and then we'll just throw it on the screen.
But I loved the Nosferatu thing. That's always been a character. Dracula's always been a character that appealed to me. So like I don't know, it's a fun fucking episode, and I like it. So everybody
same here. And if you actually want this to happen for us, be sure to go visit our Patreon, because if we could raise enough money on Patreon, we'll just open our own theater. Hell, Kevin Smith did it, and his net worth is only a lot more than ours. So if you go to
Kevin Smith in November,
I got to get tickets. Make sure that you go visit. Make sure you go visit our Patreon page. We have new episodes like we talked about in the beginning of the episode. We have unreleased episodes. We got a couple of video game playthroughs with me and Leaf. Shadwick has his own channel, the Shadwick Realm, where he's going to have some paranormal stories. I've got my Wrestling Rewind, where we've got some current wrestling. We're going to have some old wrestling and stuff on there. So Leaf's got his video game channel, where he's going to be covering current and past games. So if you're into any of that stuff, man, go watch it. Plus all the outtakes, all the unreleased old episodes. We've got exclusive shorts now that are on there. The shorts that were too spicy that YouTube and other places would be like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Like Shadwick's joke from Something About Mary. It's in there. It's on Patreon. It's coming out. So anyway, go check it out. And like I said, Patreon, I think it's / Be Kind, Let's Rewind. It links in the bio. So go find it, man. And let's get to the last one.
Shadwick's back.
She's having an orgasm!
She is having an orgasm.
She's having an orgasm. Shadwick.
Just one.
Just one. That's it.
That's all it takes.
Leave
words I have never said.
Yeah.
You're a generous lover.
The final tale here on the rewind of Are You Afraid of the Dark is called The Tale of the Phone Police. And,
call the phone police.
Exactly. This one is told by young Tucker, who starts the story.
Good query, Mary. Well done.
Tucker rhymes with fucker.
He tells the story using this futuristic technology known as a cellular phone, and he has a speaker attachment to it. His brother helps him out with it, so he tells the story basically using a telephone, since that's what the story has to do with. And the scene opens up with two kids, Jake and Chris, a young Leaf and Chris actually would be more appropriate, considering really that only instead of really terrible, unbelievably ridiculous prank calls, we were just emulating the Jerky Boys.
Next thing you know, it rains. I got the rain coming right down inside. Went up there, they're trying to show me this, that. I fired the two of the fuckers off on their fucking head.
We were. Dude, I'm telling you right now, because he opens up with the fucking, is your refrigerator running line?
This is the Acme Appliance Company. Is your refrigerator running? Yeah. And you better run after it before it gets away.
Which I'm not going to lie, I did do when I was
Albert.
I did that when I was fucking 6. But when we got older, I remember, especially during the summer, we would get bored and we would call the fucking bowling alley and ask them if they had 10-pound balls. And when they're like, yeah, then we'd be like, how the hell do you walk?
My personal favorite.
And it never got not funny, especially the angrier the guys got when they picked up and they're like, God damn it, like yelling at us on the phone like fucking Mo from The Simpsons.
Yeah, I remember when I was 7, I called somebody, I wouldn't go through a phone book. Who the fuck does that? But I would just, go through and dial a number, and this guy picked up, and I was like, sir, this is the police. Your wife is dead. And he was like, Deborah? And I was like, yeah, Deborah's dead, and she's got a dick.
Got him, dude. Fucking got him.
Dude, got him. Yeah, we had to grieve over the dead Linda.
Deborah.
And for those of you listening who don't know, a phone book is this.
It's that thing that some short people sit on to drive.
Yeah,
correct. It still gets delivered to my house for some goddamn reason.
You get a phone book?
Yeah, sometimes, man. They're not as big as they used to be, but they get dropped off out there, and then I don't pick them up, and then they just turn into mulch for the gravel in front of my driveway.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so anyway, they're doing terrible phone calls, except for which one is, I don't know who, I guess Jake is the one that's, what is the radio station he is? Because me and Leaf used to do a fake radio show when we were younger.
WZIT, I think.
Yeah, WZIT. Yeah, and so like me and Leaf used to do one that was called WW, You Are Dumb.
You are dumb. Less clever somehow.
Did anybody ever like prank call you guys though?
No, because if they tried, it was like, I don't know, there's just no chance. By the time like the Jerky Boys hit, it was fucking over.
These little Mexican fuckers, they were up there with the hot shit, and they're fucking joke. They were up there slapping each other with the hot mops. I don't need this kind of shit.
I had like a handful of girls call me up and be like, "Hey, I'm pregnant," and I'm like.
Yeah,
fucking prank calling bitch.
I had a guy call me once, and he was like, "This is the police. Your wife is dead." And I was like, "Deborah?" And he was like, "Yeah, Deborah." And I was like, "Oh, I know. She's got a dick, though."
And this was Gibbs's own fucking "Are You Afraid of the Dark" episode. It turns out he was the guy the whole time. So.
But the kids are immediately caught by Jake's ugly older sister.
God damn, like what? And I think she grew up to be the bitch in waiting.
Let me ask you something. How hard is your job?
That they fucking they did the from under cheese on. Like she just has that scowl on her fucking face.
How hard is your job?
Yeah, exactly.
She
like
sucks.
Oh,
what a bitch!
Nails on a chalkboard, man.
She stops them.
You know, you never know.
Maybe she was abused as a child.
Oh, God, I fucking hope so.
And so she obviously stops them from making the prank phone calls and warns them that if they didn't shape up, the phone police would take them away. She tells them a creepy story about a boy named Billy Baxter who was taken by the phone police and never heard from again. I don't know. I guess I'm the only one who had an older sibling here. So I could guarantee you that this is indeed a trope that older siblings do. I mean, Chris was that guy, but I had a sister and we would, I was a little too old. Or older. And
no, your sister would get me and your brother though. With shit like this.
Yeah, she wouldn't.
You know what's crazy? Billy Baxter is the name of the guy that I told the story about Chris on the Shadow Realm at the end of the episode. So yeah,
go watch it. Patreon, go get it. But man,
that's hilarious.
What's crazy too is like whenever she says yes, the phone police, and you hear whoop whoop, it's the sound of phone police, whoop whoop, and they just like
sound of the beast.
It just keeps going for some reason.
Yeah, I was gonna make a cheap trick joke like the phone police.
Excellent,
like fucking Damone. You're trying to sell some tickets.
Green police.
Shout out our future fucking Fast Times at Ridgemont High episode. All right,
but so Jake obviously scoffs at the idea, thinking there's no such thing obviously as the phone police. So later on that night, he looks up Billy Baxter's phone number in the good old phone book.
Yeah,
it's only got 6 numbers. This won't work.
And luckily for him, there's only 6 fucking numbers because it's that old of a fucking phone number. Is that how this worked back in the day? I know Family Guy did a fucking joke where there was like,
"Hey, listen, somebody called me today. Whoever it was said some very sexual things, some very angry sexual things."
Oh, really? Probably just some teenagers somewhere. Damn them.
Like you're literally the only one with a telephone right now. This is pretty sick shit, man. Like,
I just like to offer a public apology from Beacon. Let's rewind to one Mr. Harry Sack. Chris, I believe you have something to say about that.
So Beavis and Butthead, there was an episode where they found a guy named Harry Satch or whatever. And all it was is they would prank call him and be like,
"It's Harry Sack."
and then like, and so this guy gets mad, and this is before caller ID. So again, as I've said in several episodes before this, monkey see, monkey do, monkey pee pee all over you. We're actually working for Leaf's dad. And so we took a break and we used his office phone and looked up Harry Sack in the phone book. We'd already been doing it from home. So then we called from a different number and then just flushed the toilet. It's the same dude. We did it from so many different numbers. It was like a thing for like a fucking entire summer.
It's Harry Sack.
That's why I love you guys.
So this episode rung a little true that it was the phone police. So I was like, yeah, we may have, but it's a Jerky Boy's fault. Like,
dude, like as prank calls were so funny back then because like people have to realize that we didn't have like instant gratification entertainment at our fingertips, right? Like you had to be you had to be creative and obviously when you're young and mischievous as we were, like you get into all kinds of like wild shit. But in this episode, and I believe, I correct me if I'm wrong, Gibbs, I think some of these are meant to be lessons. Like I think the Pinball Wizard was supposed to be like, hey, don't be a slackless video game playing virgin.
And, the Twilight Zone was a lot like that too. Like not every episode was like scary. It's just like you learn a life lesson from. You're like, oh yeah, I shouldn't kick alien in the dick hole. Like life lessons that you can take with you.
Shadow, did you do prank phone calls? You a good kid?
I don't think I don't remember ever doing it.
You didn't partake?
Yeah, I mean, I did. Me and my brother did, and there was one time, and this is a legit story. This isn't one of those fake stories that I tell all the time. But
you never know when to believe him.
He called somebody. Like my parents were at work. We were latchkey kids and stuff. So we were just going off, and he called somebody. He started like fucking around with the guy, and the guy was like, "I know where you live. I know who your parents are, and I am on the freaking way." And my brother was like, oh shit, we were in so much trouble. Like we were hiding in our room, and we're like, fuck, what if that guy shows up and shit?
Dude, that's nice.
Well played.
But one thing I remember, speaking of the phone book though, is like if you ever locked a girl at school, like you just go and just like start
calling
going
down the list. I
100%
did that.
Or if you can
I sucked.
Find out what her dad's name is, you go straight to that one.
See, whenever I was in school, I'd always like bang the girl's mom. I always figured that would impress the shit out of her.
She's like, you did bang my mom. That's pretty awesome. So.
And my mom did say you were a very inadequate lover.
She said you're a very selfish lover. I don't know what that means because I'm insecure with my body. So all right, let's move it on with the after the Billy Baxter.
But I nailed your mom because your dad's never home. How do you feel about that?
How is your relationship with your father?
Do you have issues with your dad?
Every kid needs a father.
It comes back around.
Always. I'm telling you, you gotta watch this shit. You gotta watch this shit every week. You're gonna pick up all these revolutions.
So Jake looks Billy Baxter's phone number up in the phone book, and upon completing the call, hears someone on the other end begging for help.
Hello?
And so, in fear, he immediately hangs up. Later
Which
on,
is
that
what you should do.
His full name is Billy Baxter Bernie.
The voice is like, give it back.
The phone call shit is weird, man. Later on that night, someone calls him or his line, and he answers it. It's the same person basically calling and begging for help. And Jake immediately hangs up, unplugs the phone, but the phone mysteriously keeps ringing.
I like that he unplugs the phone, but he doesn't fucking unplug the phone. Like he doesn't realize you got to hit the little tab thing, which Leaf knows a thing or two about because he broke the tab on one of my phones a long time ago.
We renamed it the Pants phone.
We were doing some shit from MTV or something. I don't know what the fuck it was, but it was one of those where you're up to like 3 a.m. and it was the equivalent of being drunk, but we didn't drink. So Leaf unplugged my phone and stuck the cord in his pants, and he was like, hello?
I think I was calling my dick.
Yeah.
And Chris was...
and I was laughing, and then when he pulled it out, the tab got caught, and so it broke the little tab
in your
off.
pee hole?
Yeah.
No, damn it. It got snagged on my britches, dude.
Is that what happened to your legs?
Yes.
That's what happened. It was like, so anytime I would have that in the phone, and I'd be talking to him on the phone, and then it would just hang up, is because the thing would just pull out unlike Shadwick. And it was like every single time I was like, we would always be
they
like,
were prank calls, damn it.
I was like, it was the pants phone this time. So that was the whole, like, we called it the pants phone.
We called it the pants phone, and it would constantly break.
So anyway, this kid struggles with getting the thing out because he doesn't know you got to press the tab to get it out. I noticed that he's like pulling on it, and then he's like, yeah. And they were like, you know what? That's good enough. We're sorry.
He sucks. So the next morning he meets up again with his friend Chris that was making prank phone calls with him the night before, and basically tells him, listen, there's this guy calling me, like he's begging for help, and the
payphone rings.
Yeah, the payphone rings next to them. And they
can you explain to everybody what a payphone is?
This episode sucks, dude.
Damn, we're old.
I feel like I'm getting old. Like I'm staring at the Ark of the Covenant at the end of Indiana Jones.
So then he pulls out his abacus. Shadwick told him what his abacus is.
The payphone is the phone that you use when you don't want someone's husband to be able to trace the number back to you.
and that's a good lesson. They don't exist anymore.
Well, look at that movie, The Phone Booth, with Colin Farrell.
Excellent movie.
Oh, he's just flesh and blood.
Mm-hmm. So
excellent movie.
So it is creepy though. So now it's calling. They're picking up. Like, so it's following them. They're like, "What the fuck's going on?" So
that's the creepiest part.
What they decide to do is, instead of being like, "Oh, I'm going to go get an adult," they're like, "We'll go down to the phone company." Which this made me laugh harder than anything should have ever made me laugh in Are You Afraid of the Dark? And remember when I was talking about fucking set props and things? Someone made a giant fucking phone that sat in the lobby that said phone company that literally had 5 seconds of screen time. And this thing was massive. Huge. It was someone had to make that, probably out of paper mache, probably fucking took them weeks to make. And then as soon as they're done, they're like, "Yep, we got our 3 seconds of screen time for that. Thanks a lot for your hard work."
They should have just
they just used AI to put that in there, right?
Yeah, not back then. This is before Jurassic Park.
So upon arriving,
those were real dinosaurs. That was the only explanation.
Dinosaurs.
So upon arriving at the phone company, they head to the basement to lodge their complaint about being constantly called by this random number and this guy begging for help.
Using the phone to tell a couple of jokes, eh?
What?
Just stand there, young fella. Take care of you.
Jake is immediately arrested by the phone police.
Did anybody else check the fucking name on the phone police's badge?
I did not. Who was it?
John White, like my Uncle Johnny.
Oh, okay. No, I did not. I did not, dude.
I was like, oh shit.
No, I didn't notice that. That was okay. So, but luckily, Chris does manage to escape. Jake's thrown into a dark cell for his crimes against humanity.
Hey! Let me out of here. What is this?
Figured it out? I know, because you're a real smart kid. You got here quicker than anyone ever has.
Yeah. And Chris immediately goes and gets an adult. Wait, no.
He runs
back. Been calling Billy Baxter, eh?
Yeah, he's like,
you're going in the clink.
You're going to the clink, see? And so he's like, you know what? Maybe because we've been making these prank phone calls.
The clink is what they used to call jail.
She runs back to Jake's
You're
ugly...
being such a snick right now, Shadwick.
I was wondering when somebody was going to say it. I knew it was going to be Chris. Just go to the bathroom. We know you need to. and so
nope, got it handled.
Yep. All right. Chris goes back to Jake's ugly sister to basically like ask for help because there's no adults anywhere in
Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Are You Afraid of the Dark? Unless they're creepy ghosts or some shit.
Unless they're creepy theater actors.
Who are you and how do you know my name? What? It's me. Get out of here before I phone the police. Annie, it's me, Chris, Jake's friend. They got him. I don't know you, and I don't know any Jake.
And she doesn't recognize him. She's like, "Get out of here, turds."
Yeah. That's true. That's what happens. She's basically Shelly.
This was the only part really that was creepy to me. Like anytime like you wind up in a different dimension or something,
when
like,
your existence is erased.
Yeah, nobody knows who you are.
Yeah, dude, that is a fucking, and it's always like, you know, when you're watching shows, especially as a kid, like you're kind of putting yourself in that situation, and then you're like, just done. Like, what do you do? That you curl up in a ball?
Made my family disappear.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He even goes to Chris goes to Jake's room, trying to convince his sister, like, tell him who he is, and his room's different. Like, he's been erased from existence.
And so he's not even like, he's just gone.
Yeah, it's really weird.
So now he's gonna be like, well, I've got to go back to the to the phone police, and so he's going back to the headquarters to rescue Jake. It's this whole like chase scene where they do the derp move to get the guy. They do the swap ski of he opens the cell and whatever.
You've had it. Let's get out of here.
So this is another one. They did this in the theater episode where they're running. Like, there's a lot of running down halls. And Are You Afraid of the Dark? I know it's the director's. I mean, I guess I just like it to build suspense, but it kind of was like, it was kind of anxiety ridden because every fucking turn there's like bars. Like, they cannot get out of this place. Like, it's like a video game whenever you're doing that shit and you're running from something, and the next thing you know, you're like, fuck, dead end.
Yeah.
And then you've been rushing through the game because you didn't get enough mana because I don't give a fuck. And then the next thing I know, I just return the game to Video Park and never play it again.
Exactly. Just forget it ever existed.
Yeah.
But Chris does stage a daring raid on the phone police headquarters, rescuing, like Chris says, they run through this labyrinth basically underneath it's like underground Canada, and they managed to escape through a manhole a la Ninja Turtle style. By the way, I looked that up. Those manhole covers weigh between 100 and 400 pounds. And
what they need is a manhole inspector.
Manhole inspector.
Checking out the manholes.
They did. I'm not a tax collector. What he needs is a manhole inspector.
And the kids just like throw like the manhole cover off and escape down the street.
Dude, adrenaline's a hell of a drug.
I guess so, man. They barely make it back to Jake's house.
They think they're scot free. Then they see the fucking whoop whoop, some police. And what do they have, Leaf? They're no longer on foot. They now have phone police.
They got the phone police mobile is after them, dude. It's got a big picture of that phone.
It's a picture of the phone on the side.
And then did you notice that when the siren's going off,
it looks like Dale's extermination,
dude? Exactly. Yeah. My god.
Did y'all notice when the phone police siren is going? It's obviously going like woo woo woo, but like it's making underlying. It's making that the disconnected phone sound. That like underneath it.
Yeah, that's a good little touch.
Yeah, I was just like, wow, like very, very nice. So they are in hot.
See, back in the day, kids, we had landlines.
And you'd have to get your porn. You'd have to wait hours for it.
Dude, if you didn't want to get called anymore, you just take that bitch off the hook and that's it. Nobody can call you like any longer. So that was a way to
miss it.
Oh, man, just gone. But the phone police are in hot pursuit of Jake and Chris, and Jake and Chris basically barely make it back to Jake's house, and they find everything back to normal, including Jake's ugly sister, who now remembers both.
She's like, I remember you now, turd.
you making fun of my headgear?
This is Jake, Annie, your brother. You gotta remember him now.
Where do you get these friends from, Jake? Do you order them from the back of comics?
Chris is like, I'd never want to kick my ass.
Yeah, that's what was happening, man. And what you find out, they're back, and they're like, the sister's like, what are you talking about? They're like talking about the phone police. Whoop, whoop. And so what I found out is apparently being part of the phone police is not a very high paying gig. So these guys have taken up a part-time job with Uncle Sal's Pizzeria Company, delivering pies door to door.
Dressed as a rat. Shout out to Chuck E. Cheese, I guess.
One jumbo extra cheese, all dressed, hold the anchovies.
Did you guys order pizza?
Dude, this guy walks in. This is the same fucking dude, and he's like, they're like, your sister's like, did you order pizza? And he's like,
122, 122 and an 8.
33 and a third.
Yeah, and he's like, come on, I couldn't find the place. So anyway, he turns around, and then I like the little pan where he for some reason in fucking plain sight of the house, he's like, well, here's the cat's out of the bag. We're still the phone police.
And that's how you knew he was a government employee, because they were absolutely incompetent doing that. So the story
co-signed.
The story ends. The story ends with Jake and Chris, like his room's back to normal. They're sort of unsure if any of their experiences were real, but sadly for them, it would become very real after 9/11 when George Bush signed the Patriot Act into law. The end. I declare this meeting of Beacon Let's Rewind podcast closed.
Well done. Oh, all right, man. If you had to pick a favorite scene from these 4 movies, like what would be your favorite scene? And mine is going to be the Zeebo the Clown whenever he calls on the phone.
Give it back. Give it back.
And is like trying to do that just because I scared the shit out of my brother with that one. So that's going to be mine. Chadwick, do you have one favorite scene from this?
Yeah. When the guy from the phone police was like,
"What the hell were you thinking?"
That did happen. That was in this one. Leaf, what do you got, man?
Dude, man, I without a shadow of a doubt, man. The Gibbs's episode, The Tale of the Midnight Madness. Any line with the sleazy, like Italian.
Look, pal, it's not gonna happen. You want a rental fee for your movie? Fine, but you are not getting this theater. End of story.
Go get him out of here.
Get him out of here. And Gibbs, bring us home, man. What is if you had a favorite scene out of these 4, what's that?
Yeah, in the Midnight Madness, whenever you see the vampire for the first time. And then he pulls out his dick. It's really fucking tight.
That is very scary. I thought it was his fingers, but I guess, in hindsight, so.
It was in her hindsight.
Dude, we were progressive back then. So listen, guys, if you haven't already, be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. We're going to have a lot more Halloween things throughout this. If you actually like this paranormal stuff, again, I'm just going to keep plugging Patreon until we have enough money to buy a movie theater. So
please,
good luck, everybody else. So be sure to check out our Patreon. Hit us up on social if you want to be a Rewinder of the month. And with that, guys, take it over to our Norm Macdonald clip of the week.
The Menendez brothers are back in court. They now claim that they shotgunned their mother and father over 20 times because they feared their parents possessed supernatural powers. Though they now admit, looking back on it, they were probably wrong.
She said